The first double-winged demon who successfully broke through the seal was after a round of sealing after a round of sealing. He said a loud laugh. Next, he wants to see if there's any fun in this world. On the other side of the world, Yi Qingshuan, who knew nothing about this, was discussing with the man Huan how to get in and save people. The two of them successfully found the den of the world in the ground according to the map provided by the old man. The girl was tied to a stone pillar by the evil demon outside the jail. At this moment, there is a certain unknown ceremony that Yi Qingshuan and Man Huan are trying to save the two girls. And they have killed the outside of the den of the foreign race. But in the face of the strong men of more than 30 foreign races, Yi Qingshuan and Man Huan dare not act rashly, according to the previous breakthrough method provided by the old man. Man Huan only needs to swallow a foreign race to break through the limit of the flesh. And Yi Qingshuan needs at least 4. Now all you have to do is draw a few foreign races and kill them. The strength of the two of them can be restored and the breakthrough can be made to a higher level. In this way, it is easy to save people. Soon, Yi Qingshuan came up with a method to use the scale of the tiger to drop his blood on the stone. As a shadow, let the man Huan carry these stones to attract the attention of the foreign race, and he is looking for a chance to escape from death. In the dark, soon, Yi Qingshuan's method worked. A foreign race with a body similar to that of the earth died in his hands. According to the method passed on to him by Lausch, Yi Qingshuan swallowed all the energy of this foreign race. It's just a matter of time before he regains his strength to the peak and at least 20% of his strength. As soon as he rose, he rushed in the direction of the man Huang. He no longer needed any means to regain his strength. He just went straight ahead and fired a fist. Directly solve all the tens of foreign race strongmen. Then the two began to devour the energy of the foreign race. I don't know how long it took for the man Huan to break through first. He finally broke the limit of the flesh. The strength of the flesh is tens of times stronger than before. And Yi Qingshuan is still absorbing energy. It's hard to imagine how strong Yi Qingshuan will be after he breaks through. After a few hours, Yi Qingshuan opened his eyes widely and the energy in his body was saturated. But the power of thunder was still lacking. I didn't hesitate to release all my energy to attract the heavenly knot. He plans to go through another longevity festival to get more thunder energy. The sky was darkened for a moment, and the 100,000 heavenly knots descended from the sky. This longevity festival was easy for Yi Qingshuan in the eyes of the man Huang. Yi Qingshuan directly broke the 100,000 heavenly knots that fell from the sky. At the same time, all the powerful thunder energy was absorbed into the body. But the thunder energy was far from enough. Yi Qingshuan pointed at the sky and yelled, "Do you dare to do more? This thunder energy is not enough for me to scratch. So crazy to the sky, to wear energy than the previous, more terrible thunder moment to rest." At one point, the sky was dark as if the world was ending. Under the rush of this huge thunder energy, Yi Qingshuan finally broke through to the ground and became the real earth level strong. Only when you feel the energy in your body. Can you understand why the old man said that he was only a little bit stronger in the final period? Compared with the gap between the two, the gap is like a red hook. Yi Qingshuan, who broke through the ground, had the ground on the one hand. The whole group of the old tide was under his ground. Soon found the place to lock Tang Yuo and Yi's ear, as the two rushed to the direction of the altar. They looked at the outside of the ward and looked at the Yizu Tang Yuo, who was in a serious mood, fell to the bottom of the valley. When he was desperate, a crash suddenly sounded outside the ward. It was Yi Qingshuan and the man Wang who arrived in time. When they saw the two girls, they showed their excitement. Yi Qingshuan checked the ward that trapped the two girls, and told the two girls to go back a little bit further. He took a punch and went straight to the ward in front of him. And he was stunned for the next second. His own power has not been able to shake the barrier set by the wing plan. It seems that the only way to break the barrier is to solve all of these wing plans. I thought of the night that Qingshuan was determined to rush to the head of the wing plan. But a right wing of the wing plan flew out of the door. But the wing plan in my imagination did not kill the head of the wing plan. Spoke in the language of the 9 realms. I thought you were strong. It turned out that you only had the cultivation of the earth and the mirror. Yi Qingshuan was in a hurry to pull away from the distance. He can feel the body of this wing clan is extremely strong. Far from those ordinary wing clan can compare you. The wing clan did not expect that in the case of the loss of this land, the human clan could still give birth to the strong in the ground. It's a pity that it's just a strong man in the mirror. And he's the existence of the 4 insects in the ground. Although he died once, he was just resurrected. But it was not just the mirror and the insect that could fight. In the middle of the conversation, the wing clan's figure flashed to Yi Qingshuan and killed him. It was just a blow that defeated Yi Qingshuan by a few meters away. Feel the power and speed of the wing clan. Yi Qingshuan faced the wing clan's constant attack. He can only keep dodging a series of battles after several rounds. Yi Qingshuan finally thought of a solution. He took the initiative to show his strong resistance to the wing clan's right fist, but he also took the opportunity to grab the wing clan's arm. And a group of terrible thunder forces appeared in the palm of his hand. The next second quickly rushed to the door of the wing clan. But the strike directly broke the defense of the wing clan and killed him. The old man said it was true. Yi Qingshuan's blood was full of thunder force, which was simply the star of the wing clan. In order to be cautious, Yi Qingshuan made another punch. He dared not guarantee that the strong people in the 4 insects in the ground were dead. Random look at the rest of the wing clan. Against these not divine wing clan, Yi Qingshuan no pressure as cut melon cut vegetables to put all these wing clan into a hole. After these, Yi Qingshuan came to the ward again. A fist kicked out of the ward and broke instantly. The two girls were excited to run to Yi Qingshuan and couldn't help but talk about the experience of being taken away by the wing clan. When the 3 of them were hovering, a lot of demonic air suddenly emerged from the dead wing clan, then quickly rushed to Tang Yuo and Yizi. The 3 of them had not yet had time to react, and the demonic air had already penetrated into the body of the second girl and was about to be surrounded by the demonic air around them. Yi Qingshuan was in a hurry to pull the two girls out of the way. However, at this time, the body of Tang Yueyu suddenly appeared, as if a terrible breath broke out of the body of Tang Yueyu, directly to Yi Qingshuan. To fly out of the only Tang Yueyu's height has reached the level of an adult. The whole body is radiating a huge energy. The next second, directly quickly to Yi Qingshuan kill. The seal of the jade outside the evil demon channel suddenly broke. The Lord of the Holy Jade gathered all the strongmen in the upper world to work together to promote the Shuzi Array. To repair the seal of the Great Array under the full cooperation of the strongmen, the Lord of the Holy Jade, Yi Qinghan, finally started the Great Array. But it was obvious that the seal of the broken seal would be repaired. The Lord of the Holy Jade, Zan Huang, suddenly fell ill and injured Yi Qinghan, who was full of his body. And the Lord of the Thunder Jade, Lei Mozin, who was attacked by him. In the eyes of Zan Huang, as long as the two strongest people are abolished, the 9 realms will become his own world. All the resources in the world will become his own poison. In this way, why can't the enemy be invincible? As for the so-called jade outside the evil demon, what is he afraid of? But he didn't know the terrible thing about the jade. Outside the evil demon, in order to completely seal the channel of the jade outside the evil demon, almost all the strongmen in the central state of the earth were sacrificed. Only the old man who survived the 9th level of the earth's level, who was himself a master of the array, buried all these people in the ground. Finally, the 9 continents were at peace. Now Zan Huan has interrupted the seal of Yi Qinghan to repair the channel of the jade outside the evil demon with his own selfishness and ignorance. As the seal was destroyed, a round of blood appeared in the sky, and only the blood of the evil demon spread. Seeing this scene, Yi Qinghan was sad. The ancestors sacrificed countless bodies and bled to build a fortress, and the ignorance of Zan Huan was completely destroyed. It's a pity that before he died, he couldn't see his lover again. And now there was a huge monster in the space crack above him. Seeing this scene, Zan Huang's face was full of a grateful color. This level of evil demon could have scared you to death. Speaking of which, Zan Huang flew directly at the beast. Today he wants to show everyone that he only needs one move to kill the evil demon. That makes the domain feel desperate. As Zan Huang said, he did kill the beast with just one blow. After these, Zan Huang looked at Yi Qinghan and Lei Mozin below, revealing in his words that he was not interested in Zan Huang's stupid Lei Mozin, but looked at Yi Qinghan next to him and asked, after the evil demon channel was opened, there was really no way to close it again. One Yi Qinghan has some powerless explanation of the era of the Tianjia gathering millions of years ago. Hundreds of powerful people did not do it in the end, just to seal the evil demon channel with the Uri method, and now there is no real powerful person to close the evil demon channel completely. And at this moment, the empty palm just killed a beast. I didn't expect another one to come out of the channel. I didn't care about this palm, but I just had to do it one more time. It's just a joke that the so-called external evil demon is just a joke. However, when he killed the new beast again, a pair of wings behind a pair of eyes came out of the channel. At this moment, Zan Huang knew that he had made a mistake. The new one is the real external evil demon. But although it looks a little bit more powerful than the first two, but after the real hand, Zan Huang found that the evil demon was just that. He used a few rounds to kill it easily. What's the fear of such a group? But before he finished, Zan Huang was immediately stunned and saw a mysterious figure quickly flying out of the channel. There were hundreds of people in the sky, and Zan Huang was so scared that he saw the people coming out of the channel. Zan Huang turned around without saying a word, and was about to run away. This is a powerful group of people walking out of the channel. He heard the words of Zan Huang in the channel. It's a shame that the race still wants to go. How can this be a good thing? Speaking of which, a red long hair appeared in his hand and then quickly ran out in the direction of Zan Huang's. Escaped and felt the terrible power of the long hair behind him. Zan Huang was in a hurry to turn around and resist, but the group of people did not know when they had come behind him. Before he could react, the group of people had been destroyed. The sound of the bang was a moment of the ground. Then the group of people stepped heavily on the chest of the emperor in the sky. Zan Huang did not even have the opportunity to react directly to the scene of the death of the great king of Thunder Demon. Even if Zan Huang was the weakest of them, he should not have died so simply. Yi Qinghan showed a surprising look. These people are more terrible than you think. The strong people behind you are waiting to die here. Why don't you just leave as far as you can and run as far as you can? The strong people who heard this had no problem with it, and quickly turned around to leave only Thunder Demon and Yi Qinghan alone. At the same time, in the world of Manchukuo, Tang Yueyu and Izhire were saved from the hands of the Wing Clan, and were unfortunately devoured by the demonic aura of the Wing Clan. Tang Yueyu was so trapped that he killed Yi Qingshuan with one foot and kicked Yi Qingshuan directly to the ground. Yi Qingshuan felt the power of Tang Yueyu at this moment, that he had to be strong to break through to the ground. When Yi Qingshuan was in a dilemma, Tang Yueyu attacked him again. But suddenly Tang Yueyu's body appeared. The whole person fell directly to the ground. Belonging to Tang Yueyu's own consciousness, took the upper hand and regained control of the body. Tang Yueyu was in a hurry to make Yi Qingshuan knock himself out, and then tried to free his consciousness from the demonic aura in his body. When Yi Qingshuan took a decisive move, and Tang Yueyu lost consciousness and passed out. This is the Manchukuo just finished the rest of the Wing Clan. To come to know the two daughters of the god system is suppressed by the Wing Clan. He has no good way, but suddenly I thought of the thunderous force in Yi Qingshuan's blood, and maybe I could restrain the will of these Wing Clan. When Yi Qingshuan decisively cut his wrist, and dropped the blood into Tang Yueyu's mouth, and suddenly the electricity and whizzing in Tang Yuai's body. Not long after, Tang Yuai regained his mind and woke up. The same method was used to make Yi Kangshuan awaken the disciple Yi Shire. At this time, there was a sudden burst of cracks in the underground world. The old man in the big town felt something and found the reason by a calculation. Through the sound of the ship, Yi Kangshuan and others told the demonic channels that were suppressed in the upper world to change, and quickly go to the source of the situation of Yi Kinghan. Yi Kangshuan ordered everyone to wait here, in a hurry to move towards the direction of the upper world's sacred jade. The jade demon broke through the seal and came to the world. The lord of the sacred jade and the lord of the jade stayed behind. The rest of the strong were all subdued and left the inheritance for the human clan, with the head of the winged clan. Countless winged clan rushed towards the two of them like a tide. In this situation, the thunder demon lord released the pure young lay body. Yi Kinghan used the secret of the sacred jade to support him and temporarily improved the strength and defense of the thunder demon lord. In the face of the storming winged army, the thunder demon lord opened a mad mode. The whole body was surrounded by lightning like a killing machine. The body of the winged clan was not lost. Yi Kinghan gathered two long guns and started a big kill special kill. Ordinary winged clan cannot move the two in a short time. The sword-shaped head of the winged clan flew down from the sky and suddenly appeared behind Yi Kinghan to sneak attack. For this, Yi Kinghan had a strong foot in case of a huge formation suddenly appeared in the air and covered all the winged clan around it. The existence of the sacred jade is to suppress the winged clan, and how can it not need the backhand to deal with the invasion of the winged clan? In the meantime, a force of gravity flowed from the formation and suppressed the head of the winged clan, which could not be moved. Then a sudden attack was gathered in the hands of Yi Kinghan, and there was no pause to kill the head of the winged clan. The head of the winged clan, who could not move, was shocked and yelled, "What are you waiting for? Come out soon." As his voice fell, a strike appeared in the air and stopped Yi Kinghan in the space gap above. For powerful winged clan walked out again. Seeing this scene, Yi Kinghan was shocked and the seal was just broken. It should not have appeared after all. At this moment, there were 5 strong winged clans in a row. Watching their companions being suppressed by Yi Kinghan, a winged clan slowly opened the mouth. "I didn't expect this world to be so ruined. There are only 2 little dolls left to see. Do you remember that even King Yi of Xuan Yi Kingland could not attack a million years ago? In this way, we can also take the original source of this world as soon as possible. Let's fight quickly. Otherwise it will be a disaster to delay the end of the king." In the middle of the conversation, the female winged clan went straight to the Thunder Demon Lord below. In the eyes of the Thunder Demon Lord, women have always been the existence of the weak. But I didn't expect that no matter how he attacked, he couldn't even touch the other party's corner. The Thunder Demon Lord, who was played by the other party, was furious and aimed at the face of the winged clan with a fist, which one was easily caught by the other party's finger. The Thunder Demon Lord revealed the shocking god color of how strong this female winged clan was. At the same time, another winged clan descended from the sky and went straight to Yi Kinghan, who was driving the big battle, but Yi Kinghan was suddenly out of breath and fled. He was seriously injured and lost all his fighting ability. He saw the claws of the winged clan coming to him. He was going to die in the next second. A shadow quickly flashed like lightning and came in a flash, and 3 of the 3 winged clans who had been attacking in a row flew out of the air. The next person was Yi Kangshuan, who rushed from the Manchuria of the lower world, and Tang Yuai and Yi Shire. The 2 girls who came with him, Yi Kangshuan wanted the 2 girls to stay in the lower world safely, but in the end, I couldn't stand the temper of the second girl and I had to follow him together. Looking at the Thunder Demon Lord, who was already hard to find, Yi Kangshuan ordered Tang Yuai to go and help Wenyan Tang Yuai a flash shot and turn the moment. "I'm going to knock the winged clan that's about to give the Thunder Demon Lord a fatal blow out of the air. And I'm going to take a picture of the Thunder Demon Lord and I'm going to laugh and say, 'Boy, you're not very good at this.'" Tang Yuai, who was not only not dispirited by the demon, but also greatly improved due to the benefit of the flesh. The first wing of Tang Yuai's provocation was a moment of anger and a flash of fire towards Tang Yuai. The 2 of them had no fancy fighting skills, and the pure fist force hit the winged clan directly. After several rounds, the winged clan did not stand a chance. The tail behind them was like a long hair pointing at Tang Yuai, and it was directly caught in the hand of Tang Yuai. In the words of Tang Yuai, "I actually want to sneak attack with my tail. Isn't that just looking for a beat?" The force in the hand of the speech is constantly increasing. The winged clan who was caught in the tail seemed to be in control of their lives and could not move their bodies without the ability to resist. Tang Yuai pulled hard for a long time and could not pull off a fat smile. Directly shake the tail of the winged clan down, and then continue to hit the ground back and forth. Looking at the crazy look of Tang Yuai, the Thunder Demon followed the cold sweat and the emotional road. What kind of monster are the women of Yi Kangshuan? How come one is more than one pervert? A series of unknown twists and turns how many times? Tang Yuai finally broke the tail of the winged clan, and the winged clan was also cut off on the spot. At the same time, Yi Kangshuan has also driven all the other winged clans against the threat of Yi Kangshuan. These winged clans have reached their goal of invading the Nine Spirits continent. Their double-winged demon clan is from a place called the Holy Street because the people of that clan have a lot of resources to finally cry. So it's all about hunting down the sources of other worlds. To practice the so-called world source is the energy between the heavens and the earth. Once taken away, this world will gradually become a desolate place. And Yi Kangshuan also erased the strength level of the double-winged demon clan. From the mouths of these winged clan, there are also 4 winged demons and 6 winged demons on the double-winged clan. And these double-winged clans are just the bottom of the existence. Generally, it is used as a cannon to invade other worlds. There are also the leader of the demon clan, the general, and the double-winged monkey and the double-winged king. The higher the strength, the stronger it is, according to Yi Kangshuan's estimation. The cannon fire of these double-winged clans is only the strength of the bottom. And the 4-winged demon clan and the 6-winged demon clan is the ground. The leader and the general are those who have the strength of the 3 or 4 layers of the ground. And the king of the double-winged clan is those who have the strength of the 7 layers of the ground. On the internet, the 4-winged king and the 6-winged king are the existence of the 8 and 9 layers of the ground. A pair of big hands suddenly came out of the space crack and wanted to save the 2 winged clans. In this situation, Yi Kangchuan showed a smile and forced a drop of blood from his fingertips. Then he quickly shot to the channel and carried the blood of thunder and stopped. It was just a touch. The upper arm instantly cracked and the two winged clans that had just been saved fell to the ground. The existence of the wing channel did not touch the sky, and the earth and did not dare to appear directly and chose silence. Seeing this situation, Yi Kangchuan directly opened his mouth and absorbed all the energy of the wing clan that had just been killed into his body and ordered all the strong men in the upper world to be gathered in a cold and clear way. He is going to choose a safe place to declare that I don't know how long it's been. All the strong men in the upper world are gathered in the demon god's domain. The enemy is coming. This battle concerns the survival of the whole continent. No one can be excluded. The entire demon beast of the demon god's domain can be hunted down to kill the demon meat as long as it can be improved, even if it was once forbidden to use the secret method. In the case of not hurting the compatriots can be used, only hope that all the strong men will reach the end of the world within a month. At that time, Yi Kangchuan will help everyone to set up the ground. He used the flesh and blood to block the vast heaven realm. For the two strong men, the army of the evil demon will come to the upper world. All the strong men will enter the state of crazy improvement of cultivation, as long as the overall strength of the human race can be improved. There is no need to rush, but half a month later, even if all the means are used, the strong man who can step into the end of the world will not be able to pass. After helping the Thunder Demon Lord, and Yi Kangchuan successfully passed the heaven realm, Yi Kangchuan arranged for 2 people to go to guide those who have not yet entered the end of the world. 10 days later, all the cultivators who have reached the end of the world will come together to resist the invasion of the evil demon. Looking at the thunder and rain that the two of them left, when they were passing the festival, Yi Kangchuan summoned the distant disciple Yizir. Yizir has the best formation and the most talent. If he can use the formation to save these remaining thunder knots for the next battle with the Wing Clan, it will also be a good killing point. Order the Thunder Demon Lord and Yi Kangchuan to collect all the formation secrets of the upper world to attack Yizir's property, and lead Tang Yuoyo as Yizir's guardian. Then Yi Kangchuan returned to the underground world of Manchuria. In the lower realm, at this time, the seal stone pillar that suppressed the Wing Clan channel was full of cracks, and the ninth ring, which was sitting at the bottom and driving the great formation with its own crisis, had become a ill state. After Yi Kangchuan learned about the crisis in the upper world, the ninth ring woke up and he did not expect the situation to be so serious. However, with the full power of his and his old partners, it can be assured that the strong men of the 8 levels and above of the Wing Clan will not be able to enter this world in half a year. As for more, he was helpless and the ninth ring gave a delaying method. As long as Yi Kangchuan can seal the Wing Clan channel again, in half a year, he can let this world breathe. In this way, there is enough time to cultivate more strong men to deal with the final battle between the future and the Wing Clan. In the meantime, the ninth ring raised his hand to the heart of Yi Kangchuan. The method of sealing created by the hundreds of strong men of the lower level together was passed on to Yi Kangchuan. The premise is that the channel of the Wing Clan must be sealed in the absence of the breath of the Wing Clan. So what we have to do now is to capture all the evil spirits in the upper world, and then Yi Kangchuan finds Qin Muda and Yi Lingyan in the lower world. The strength of the second daughter is low and it will be safer to stay in the lower world. After finishing all the things in the lower world, Yi Kangchuan set out for the upper world and came to a place called the God of the Waste and the God of the Bone. There is not much time left to break through the ground, and the strong people will not be able to exert all their strength in a short time. In this case, you can only choose to rely on external force to improve your standing. This is a man who is making weapons with an iron hammer. In the heat of the day, it is Yi Kangchuan who is looking for the object this time. This man is called Taiyuan and is known as the first builder in the upper world. Yi Kangchuan directly opened the door and said the meaning of this time that he wanted Taiyuan to make 100 weapons for him in 20 days. The angry Taiyuan went in immediately broke his mouth and scolded him. This is to treat him as a raw mouth. How can he make so many weapons in 20 days? But when Yi Kangchuan took out the pile of precious materials like a mountain, Taiyuan immediately changed his face. Yi Kangchuan did not have to hide requirement, as long as the weapon was strong enough and sharp enough. It's just that using these precious materials to make so many ordinary weapons is a huge mistake for Taiyuan. When he saw Taiyuan promise Yi Kangchuan to cut his palm and bring his own blood of thunder to the big tank, he told Taiyuan not to make weapons. You have to use these blood to refine it, and in 20 days, Yi Kangchuan began to help many of the end of the earth to fix the frozen in a continuous 10 days and 10 nights of freezing. A total of 123 people successfully broke through to the ground. Yi Kangchuan also absorbed a lot of thunder energy and broke through to the level of 3 times the ground. Everything Yi Kangchuan did was recognized by all the strong. He became the first person in the world to be called Yi Tiande by the strong. At this time, the airway suddenly made a rumbling sound and a large number of people from the Wing Clan emerged from the passage. This time, the leader of the double-winged demon tribe, Taiyuan, was led by a man who was like a man who was 5 times the Earth's diameter. In this situation, Yi Kangchuan's face showed a serious look. He didn't expect it to be just a month and a half. The Wing Clan launched a new round of attacks so quickly. I didn't want to just hit it hard, and just broke through to all the strong men in the ground and took out all the weapons. In this battle, he did not ask how many strong men in the ground could kill the Wing Clan, as long as he could fully demonstrate his strength. At one point, the first battle between the human race and the Wing Clan broke out completely, and Yi Kangchuan also struck a blow to attract the attention of the leader of the Wing Clan. The Wing Clan with 5 times the strength of the ground can only rely on him to deal with it. The Endless Jade Demon suddenly came to the human race's stronghold with weapons and heavy weapons, facing the evil army that could not be seen at a glance. With the command of the old master Yi Kangxuan, the strong men of the human race also began to charge without fear of death. Yi Kangxuan, as the strongest man in the human race, naturally targeted the leader of the Wing clan, and struck a blow to attract the attention of the leader of the Wing clan, Tai Yun, and brought him all the way to the edge of the battlefield, to avoid the next battle to attack the people around him. Yi Kangxuan just provoked Tai Yun to explode, a mere human race with a second floor. He dared not take his leader into his eyes. The giant in his hand was carrying a terrible force towards Yi Kangxuan. In this situation, Yi Kangxuan directly struck a punch and won. But it was just a slight force. Yi Kangxuan flew out of the whole person in an instant. He didn't expect that his strength was only 2 levels apart. He was badly injured as soon as he fought. He thought of the decisive change of attack of Yi Kangxuan. The blood of the Winged clan fell to the stone. And then the stone on the ground rushed to Tai Yun. Seeing this scene, the top of the war was full of disdain for this kind of child's trick for him. Even his body defense was difficult to break, but the next second he was stunned. The ordinary stone was like a broken bamboo, and directly crushed his crowd defense barrier. Even with the wings behind him were instantly pierced. The sword strike won Yi Kangxuan without any pause, and again grabbed a piece of blood stained with his own blood, carrying the force of thunder. He quickly rushed to the ground and banged the giant in Tai Yun's hand to break it open, and was hit by the heavy window and blown out, thinking of his own defense in front of the opponent's attack. It was like a paper pot. This is how the Earth Cloud found a strange thing on the stone. The other party's blood could restrain the blood of their demon clan. Thinking of this, the Earth Cloud directly gave up part of the body and used the escape method to form a shadow. To escape far away, he must tell his king about this, or their wings will be in great danger. Yi Kangxuan, who was reluctant to follow behind, found that the escape method of the Earth Cloud had improved a lot, but the level of cultivation had dropped from 5 to 4. This may be the price of the escape method of the Earth Cloud. The blood has the power to restrain the ethnic thunder. It can be said that it is Yi Kangxuan's killer who deals with the ethnic killers. How could he allow the Earth Cloud to escape and report? Thinking of the blood of the heart that Yi Kangxuan forced out, the Earth Cloud that kept rushing forward behind him. You chased me all the way, step by step. The Earth Cloud did not know how much power Yi Kangxuan had. Finally came to the main battlefield above the ethnic channel. To see the world when entering the channel to escape from this world, a huge formation suddenly appeared in the air, directly to the Earth Cloud to stop down easy to manipulate the Holy Jade Wind Demon formation appeared to see the scene. Yi Kangxuan finally put down the heart before the order of the apprentice Yi Zi. To set up a shadow in the dark did not expect the key moment really played a role, seeing that he was stopped by a little girl. The Earth Cloud released all its power and directly rushed to Yi Zi. But it was obvious that he underestimated the formation of Yi Zi, only to see the 2 hands of Yi Zi quickly changed a series of unknown how many big formation was activated at the same time. At the same time, Yi Kangxuan's figure, like a ghost girl, also appeared behind the Earth Cloud, grabbing the head of the Earth Cloud. Yi Kangxuan gathered all his strength and rushed directly to the Earth Cloud. The terrible crash sound spread out, and the battlefield below the battlefield appeared for a short time. The leader of the Earth Cloud, the 5th of the Earth, died on the spot. Yi Kangxuan was in a hurry to point at the heart of the Earth Cloud and take advantage of his soul power to use the soul tree for the dispersion. Through the memory of the Earth Cloud, Yi Kangxuan saw that an unknown blood-red world was gathering with countless foreign tribes. It was the day before the Earth Cloud led the army to invade the 10 heavens, but he had not yet learned more about the message of the foreign tribes. The king of the foreign tribes sitting on the throne suddenly emitted a terrible threat. He directly noticed that someone was in the blood-red double hair, spreading out a terrible killing machine across the distant space and space directly to Yi Kangxuan. Feeling the other party's breath, Yi Kangxuan was sweating like rain, according to his calculation. This person is at least 9 times the Earth's diameter, and it is even possible that he has exceeded the existence of the Earth's diameter. Thinking of this, Yi Kangxuan dared not be careless and ordered the whole army to destroy all the remaining foreign tribes. It's a good idea to use the extra time to prepare for the next invasion of the foreign tribes. But I don't know what level of strongmen the foreign tribes will send next time. If it was just the king of the foreign tribes who came in person, there was no chance of winning in terms of the current human strength. When he was thinking about how to deal with it, the terrible breath suddenly appeared in the upper channel of the foreign tribe. The voice of the king of the foreign tribe was like a thunderbolt coming from the channel. It was just a little guy with 3 worms in the ground. I didn't expect to kill the hell. This heaven and earth is really interesting. I hope you can give me more fun. Don't break up early. With the sound of the words, the terrible breath disappeared in the channel. Yi Kangxuan finally let his guard down. It seems that the other party is also afraid that there is no direct descent. Otherwise, there is really no hope for the human race. He was a little beggar who was homeless, but now he has grown up to be able to control the Holy Wine Demon Town in the foreign evil demon big invasion, helping the master Yi Kangxuan successfully kill the evil demon leader for the first battle between the human race and the evil demon laid the foundation for victory. With the fall of the devil demon leader Yun, the demon race, although there are many people, the group of dragon without hands, without the command of the Earth Cloud, it will start to make a mess. The human race is more than 100 strongmen in the world. The weapon that is made to restrain the demon race has begun a crazy killing. I don't know how long it's been until the last demon fell to his death. The first battle of the human race against the foreign race was finally a big victory. According to the statistics of the Thunder Demon Lord, the Devil Demon army was killed by 110,000 people. There are 18 Earth 2 and 78 Earth 1 evil strongmen, and the human race has sacrificed 3 Earth. 1 can be said to be a perfect victory. This is also thanks to the weapons that Yi Kangxuan specially prepared. These weapons can ignore the evil defense. Otherwise, the human race will never achieve this kind of victory. There is no joy for Yi Kangxuan. The Earth Mirror strongmen on the human side are limited. After he explored Di Young's memory, he found that the number of demons was so large that he could not see the border. If this continues, the human race will be exhausted by the other party sooner or later. Thinking of the Thunder Demon Lord, who ordered He Kingshuan to let the Holy Jadeism King Han give the Holy Jade to all the strongmen of the human race. Only by using some more powerful means can we improve our win rate in the next battle. Fortunately, because of He Kingshuan's special constitution, he has evil demons and human blood. He can swallow the black cloud breath left by the evil demon after his death to improve his cultivation. After swallowing the breath left by the hundreds of thousands of dead, He Kingshuan's cultivation has successfully broken through. He released all his cultivation and drew thunder not long ago. He spent the level thunder on behalf of the 100 strongmen. The blood has already been enriched with a lot of thunder. The low level 5 feather thunder is easy for him to pass the thunder successfully.